Hello, boys and girls, it's Miss Emma, and the story today is one of mine. It's Stan. It's an SSP decodable reader. What does that mean? That means that if you're at the green code level and you're using you can read this book all on your own. It says at the beginning of the book what's inside. Let's have a look. What do you need to be able to read this book so that you can use the pictures to enhance the story, not to guess at it? Well, the speech sounds we really focus on in the green level are s, a, t, p, I, n. If you were to take pictures of them with your magic speech sound camera, they might look like these. There's a picture for s, a, t, p, I, and n. They're not the only pictures for s, a, t, p, I, n. Here, look at all of the pictures. Listen for s, and it could look like this. Listen for a, and it could look like this. Listen for t, and it could look like this. Listen for p, and it could look like this. Listen for I, and it could look like this. Listen for n, and it could look like this. So these are the high frequency sound pics in this book. We've also got duck level words. Words we use a lot, but the code in the words aren't necessarily high frequency sound pics. We've got is, the, the, ear, here, said, mum, oh. And if there are any speech sound detectives there, that means work out the others because they could be sound pics from a different level. So let's have a look at this book that I've written so we can practice green level sound pics. Stan! Stan! And there's Santa. You might have learnt something about the there. Here is Stan. Her ear is Stan. Here is Stan. I love Stan. You might know someone like Stan. Stan's a bit mischievous sometimes, but he's got a heart of gold. But he does get himself into a spot of bother sometimes. And I know because I created the character Stan. And that's what happens when you can write on your own. You can use all your imaginative ideas and you can create any stories that you like. Now you might know the story of the Speech Sound King and the Magic Ant. It's the story of the Speech Sound King's codebook, which we call the dictionary, and how it was created, and how we got to talk on paper using the speech sounds and the speech sound pics. So we can talk on paper. So if you already know the story, you'll know that Stan, his mission was to take the magic ant to the speech sound prince, who was far, far away. So you can read all about the stories of Stan and the magic ant. Here on the front of this cover it's Harry, speech sound Harry, and his job is to really listen. He's amazingly talented at listening for the speech sounds in words. So let's go back to Stan because we can read that story another time. Here is Stan. What does he look like he's doing on that chair? Do you think his mum is going to be very happy when she comes in and sees him standing on the chair? Actually, you might call it a stool. You might call it a stool. Oh, she's here. What's she saying? Stan, sit. Sit. Stan, sit. We know that she was saying that because there are speech marks. Can you see them? The speech marks look after the writing. So the writing knows, I'm talking. It's somebody saying it. Stan, sit. And then it closes, so we know she's finished talking. But I can also see from there, because I need to know, because I'm reading it to you, I need to know what expression to use. And there's also an exclamation mark. So I know she's not going, Stan, sit. The exclamation mark tells me to say it like this. Stan, sit! And I can also see that because of the gorgeous illustration. But use the writing. The writing is what tells us the story. The picture's there just to enhance it. Now I've given you a couple of words there to say how she was feeling. How do you think Mum was feeling? How do you think Stan was feeling? What do you think happened next? I can see something here, but let's look at the writing so I know it really is what I think it is. It is a pan. It is a pan. Oh, Mum's back again, and she doesn't look happy. I wonder why. He looks happy. Stan looks happy. Let's have a look at the writing to find out. I can see the speech sound detective because he's above her. The picture for it's very difficult to say her without going ha, which means I'm adding a sound. But that H you might know is letter name is H, but that's one of the pictures for. Let me show you all of the pictures for her. Can you see the one that we saw a minute ago that the speech sound detective was looking at? It's a picture for and the word is at hat. So you could have worked that one out other than the fact that the H, that's his letter name, is a picture of that we look at in the purple code level. It is not a hat. And we know she's saying that. It is not a hat. Let me say it in speech sounds. It is not a hat. It is not a hat. I wonder what it is. Let's see what she's saying. Stan, it is a pan. Stan, it is a pan. There's a comma in that one, which means I pause a little bit after I said the word Stan. Stan, the comma tells me to pause. It is a pan. And the exclamation mark tells me not to say, Stan, it is a pan. I need to say, Stan, it is a pan. The pan looks happy, doesn't he? What else you could put on your head? Have a little think about 4 things that you could put on your head. It is a tin. It is a tin. And I do black, grey to show you speech sound. Then there's always a pause, but we carry on, which is why we carry on with the black, grey. So it, which is the word it, and then we have a little space because it's a new word. And if you're writing it, that's when you use your finger space. So it is a tin. It is a tin. Oh, I wonder what Stan's going to do with the tin. What do you think he's going to do with the tin? What did Mum say? She's thinking, oh, Stan. Look, there's a question mark. Oh, Stan, what are you doing? It is not a drum. And look, the speech sound detective's looking at the drum. It is not a drum. Stan, it is a tin. Stan, it is a tin. Stan, it is a tin. See, I love the way Stan thinks. Why use it as a tin when it could be a drum? He's so creative. Find lots of different ways to use lots of different things to make them more interesting. And so you can play. Playing is the best way to learn. But be careful. Some things are not to be played with. Snip, snip, snip. What's he holding in his fingers? Tell me what's wrong with this picture. What could happen? And that's why Mum is saying, no, Stan, no. No. St-atten, no. Oh, what's he doing now? He's found his pants. P-a-n-t, pants. It's difficult to hear that t, isn't it? P-a-n-t, pants. What's he going to do with them? Oh, Stan. I like that one. Is it a hat? No, Stan, no. They're pants. It's a good outfit, Stan, but I wouldn't go outside looking like that if I were you. No. No. St-atten, Stan. No. Mum actually looks a little bit bemused in this picture. Perhaps a little pensive or puzzled. How do you think she's feeling? What do you think Stan's thinking? It is a pin. It is a pin. It is a pin. What would happen if I changed the I in that word pin into an a? What would the new word be? It wouldn't be it is a pin. It would be it is a pan. What if I changed the I in the word pin into an e? What would the new word be? Pen. It could be a giant pen. Or perhaps she's just a very tiny, tiny person. If I say the word pen, is it always going to have the same meaning? Can the animals be in a pen? Look, it's a different kind of pen. He's in a pen at the petting zoo. Where do you think he would prefer to be living? What do you think? Do you think he'd perhaps prefer to be out in the woods? Now, the images here are really quite powerful. We can really see what's happening even if we just looked at the images, just looked at the pictures. What can you see happening? Well, Mum looks like she's saying something again and she looks a little bit cross again. Stan looks like he's playing sword fighting with the pin. And his sister looks like she's holding some balloons. So what do you think might happen? And what do you think the writing is telling us that Mum is actually saying? Stan, put the pin in the tin. St-atten, put the put itten the to itten. Stan, put the pin in the tin. What could go wrong? Stan slips. St-atten slips. Uh-oh. What's gonna happen? Pop! Pop! Oh my goodness me. Stan the pin. The speech sound frog loves to eat the punctuation. Sometimes he also eats some of the sound pics, or changes them, or adds sound pics in that really shouldn't be there. What can you see that he's eaten? The mum is saying, Stan the pin. Stan spins. St-atten, Stan. Sp-ittens, spins. Stan spins. What do you think Mum's going to have to say about that? Where is he spinning? Stan is spinning in the kitchen. What's he spinning on? He's spinning on the scooter. Now, do you know what he's spinning on by looking at the writing? Where in the writing does it tell you what he's spinning on? It doesn't, does it? We only know he's spinning on on the scooter because of the illustration, because of the picture. And it's always important to know the difference. You need to think, where did I find the information that I was looking for? I think they need to empty their bins. Give me a word to describe how the kitchen is probably smelling because of the bins that are overflowing. We were right. Mum was not happy. What did she say? No, Stan. No. And what's she thinking? She's thinking, go. Just go away, Stan. Go, go, go. But Stan is having a lot of fun, isn't he? And isn't that what's difficult sometimes? Sometimes the most fun are the things we're not supposed to do. No, Stan, no. What's happening here? I'm not sure, really, because there aren't any words. So we have to use our imagination. Mum is questioning. She's going, I think she's wondering what Stan is up to. He looks like he's doing something he's supposed to do. He's taking his morning tea. He's taking his snack somewhere to eat it. He's looking rather angelic. Find out what that means. He's looking rather angelic. I wonder if Stan is going to behave like a little angel. I wonder. And you know what Stan wonders? He wonders, it's funny how, when I'm loud, people tell me to be quiet. But when I'm quiet, people ask me what's wrong with me. Life according to Stan. He's always trying to work out the grown-ups because they don't always make sense. Pips. Yummy, yummy. I love my apples, but there's lots of pips in them. I wonder what you do with the pips. What do you think Stan would do with the apple pips? Stan spits the pips. St-atten, sp-it-s, the p-ips. Stan spits the pips. Mum snaps. Stan! Sit, Stan, said Mum. S-it, st-atten, s-ed-m-um. Sit, Stan, said Mum. Stan sits. St-atten, s-it-s. What do you think Mum's saying? Oh, Stan, I think she's got a lot to say. Stan's starting to feel a little bit sorry for himself. Oh, Stan. Oh, St-atten, Stan. Oh, Stan. Where do you think he's been sent? I think he's been sent to his room. Oh, St-atten, Stan. Oh, Stan. Stan naps. St-atten naps. Stan naps. He's probably tired after all that playing, all those shenanigans. But I think he's also perhaps a little bit sad that he got told off. How do you think Mum feels? Mum naps. She looks exhausted. I think she's exhausted from all the shenanigans. Naps. Mum naps. So that's the end of the story. Everybody's having a nap. The end. The end. The end. Stan's thinking, end? Mum! Now, as we're reading a book, we're thinking about what we're reading. We're talking about it. We're thinking about new, exciting words, words we've learnt from the book, or words we can use to describe what we've been reading. Someone might read you a story, but I want them to start doing some speedy pair decoding. So even if you can't code it yet, the person reading it to you can. So you can do a mixture of things. But remember, if somebody's reading it to you and asking you questions, there's actually a little bit of a different part of your brain that's being used to answer the questions. So it's really important that you get to read text, that you read on your own, so you can work out the answers as well. So we use all of the parts of your brain that we need to use for reading and spelling. So I mentioned the speech sound king before, and the story that you're going to read another time about the speech sound king and the magic ant and how the dictionary was created, which is his code book. Well, he writes lots of sentences, and the speech sound frog will mess them up. And only one of them will be the speech sound king sentence, because the speech sound king sentences are written beautifully with all the correct grammar and punctuation and everything. So you have to read the sentences, and the sentences are at your code level, which means you can read the sentences with no help at all, because you can recognise the sound pics and blend them into the word and keep going for the whole sentence. And then you've got to use your brain to think, what did I just code? What does it mean? Does it sound right? And you can use the illustration as well, because sometimes we need to use the illustration. But the writing is really important. So you need to check everything, the grammar, the punctuation, the spelling, absolutely everything. So read these 5 sentences, and I want you to decide which is the correct one, which is the speech sound king sentence. But you've got to explain why to the person next to you. Now, as you go through the levels, you'll actually also write down the answer. So you'll explain in written form why the one that you chose is the correct one. So we're really thinking about what we're doing. It's called critical thinking, and it's really important. So I'm going to let you pause on this and have a think about which is the correct one and why. So the speech sound family and I get up to all sorts of exciting things. Make sure you look at our apps. The SSP Spelling Piano app is free. Let's do the SSP Green Code Level Wrap. We're checking we know all of these sound pics. We can blend them with fluency. That means we can be really fast, really quick. S, at, p, I, n. Here we go. Remember, you've got to be able to do it in 14 seconds or less to move up to the purple code level wrap. Oh my goodness, the pesky speech sound frog has been up to his tricks. What's he taken away this time? He's taken the s from the end of ant. Don't be fooled when you do the rap. I'll do it, then you do it. Sat pat tan pan tin pin ants, nan pan nip sip tip pip ants, nap sap tap tip nip pip ants, Pat has lots of ants in his pants. Hoo 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 hoo! Now you go.